There's whiskey in the jar. All right, there's whiskey in the jar, everybody. Hey Cakenistas, it's Marisha. Happy St. Patty's Day. I'm celebrating my entire 15% of Irish. If you or someone that you know is related to a Sally O'Brien who married a Native American man, we might be cousins. Today we're going to make an Irish whiskey cake. If you know anything about the Irish heritage, then you know that whiskey and drinking is definitely a big part of the culture. I do have other St. Patty's Day videos here on my channel, so make sure that you check the description down below. If you have not done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, press on the notification bell, and let's get started. All right, let's make this cake. Almost forgot my eggs. How could I do that? This recipe is super easy, just in time for St. Patty's Day. Now here I have my all-purpose flour, some cornstarch as well mixed in there. So if you don't know, I like to make my cake flour from scratch. For every cup of all-purpose flour that I use, I just remove 2 tablespoons of that flour and replace it with cornstarch, and then I sift it and I whisk it. I also have here my salt, my baking powder, and some vanilla pudding. Yes, that is very important. You need your pudding. I'm gonna put this all into my mixing bowl. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 cup of vanilla pudding, 3 cups of all-purpose flour. This is gonna look weird to some of y'all. I wanna give this a quick mix, just to blend those dry ingredients. Now I'm going to add in my granulated sugar, 2 cups of that, and stir again. And now we can add in our wet ingredients. I made some buttermilk here. I always make my buttermilk. It is just vinegar and whole milk. Pour that right in there. Y'all know I love 1 bowl recipes. 1 cup of oil, 2 whole eggs, room temperature. My buttermilk is room temperature also. You definitely need room temperature everything to make sure that your cake rises properly. And now for flavoring. Homemade vanilla extract, about 1 teaspoon. And because this is a whiskey cake with nuts, definitely some almond extract. About 1/4 teaspoon. Let's give this a nice stir. And before I see all of that flour completely disappear, I'm going to scrape down the bottom of the bowl to make sure that I don't have anything trying to stick around and do something crazy to me. You know, if your spatula looks like this, like somebody just came and just took a chunk out of life, it's probably time to get rid of it. And I don't know why. It's like, I just love this metal handle. I haven't seen another rubber spatula with a metal handle, and I've had this for so long. Oh, that almond smells so good. I almost said almond, but my mom always corrects me like, it's not almond, it's almond. 1 last stir. That's it, girl, that's it. Look how smooth. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I have a gorgeous pan. I have to show y'all this pan. I've been wanting to use this pan, and this is the perfect occasion for it. I am so excited to use this pan. My grandmother gave me this pan. It looks like something that you would pass down, and I don't even think my grandmother ever used this, to be honest. Mom, did you ever use this? Can you comment down below? So we really need to make sure that we make this a non-stick pan, like super non-stick, because you can see all those little nooks and crannies that some cake could easily get stuck in, and I just don't feel like it today. I'm sad because I'm out of shortening, but I have some Baker's Joy. And I'm sad because I may be out of this too. I see nothing coming out. I literally just hear air. We're gonna go old school, butter and flour. I put some butter on the outside of this little baggie here. Oh man, this thing is no joke. This is like a little contraption here. I'm about to make a non-stick glute but extra on the shortening egg because I don't have any. In here I have some vegetable oil and some flour, and I also have some melted butter. No, I did not measure. This is a lot. This will actually last me. And then as it cools down, that butter and the flour will thicken up. So this whole paste will thicken up. This will prevent any cake from sticking. Get in all those crevices. And what's good about it, as it hits the metal, it usually cools down and thickens up a little bit and really like sticks to the pan really nicely. So here's my walnuts. They are like whole pieces, so I'm just gonna crush them a little bit. And if you want whole pieces in your cake, go right ahead. I like smaller pieces. Things like chocolate chips and nuts and dried fruits, I don't really like to measure. And I don't really like to give you guys measurements on that because some people may love their cakes loaded. Some people just want a minimal amount just for the texture or the flavor. I'm gonna put some of these at the bottom of my cake pan. And I'm gonna put some in my cake batter as well. And that's it. Yum! My oven is preheating at 350 degrees. Actually, no, it's not. Let me go turn the oven on. About 3/4 of the way. Okay, I think that's good. Off to the oven I go. Now we're going to make our glaze. This is what is going to make it an actual Irish whiskey cake. 3/4 cups of granulated sugar, a half stick, which is 1/4 cup of butter, and then I'm going to do 1 whole. Make sure that your bottle says Irish whiskey, or else it's just whiskey cake. So you can do a half cup to 3/4 of a cup of Irish whiskey. This cooks over medium heat on the stove for about 10 minutes until the sugar is dissolved. Oh no, oh no, 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 because they sunk in the middle, and that's because I actually pulled the pan out slightly about halfway of the cooking time, and I was like, I know these are gonna sink. I know they are, and they did, but that's okay. 1 sinkage or 2 sinkage don't stop a show. All right, I've poured all of the syrup on top, so just put some foil on there and let it soak. My Irish whiskey cake has been soaking overnight. I got up early this morning and I flipped the cake over, which is recommended when you're doing a soaked cake like this one. It helps for all of the liquids to go all throughout the cake and not just, you know, run to the bottom. So you can actually do this as many times as you would like to. Keep flipping the cake. You can turn it this way, let it soak for another day. Turn it back, let it soak. Oh, the smell. The smell is absolutely heavenly. Here's my glaze, and I'm going to just do a light drizzle. I'm going to go on a diagonal. I don't think it even needs too much because you have a soaked cake, you have the alcohol on there, and you don't really need like a heavy glaze for this because it's already sweet. I love it, I love it, I love it, love it, love it. You guys, oh my goodness, amazing. This actually came out better than I expected. It just has gorgeous contrast, like with the nuts and then the glaze and the shape of it and the design and then the great plate from QVC and the strawberry. I mean, everything. I'm just loving everything. This is the inside of the cake. Look at that crumb texture. It is so good. Couture in an Irish whiskey cake. Bye, guys. You know what would be fun, but I was gonna say kind of nasty, but not really nasty if you are, you know, sanitary about it. Put like a little, maybe chocolate gold coin and like, of course, sanitize it. Stick it in the cake after it's already cooked. I was gonna say an actual coin. I'm sure people do that, but I don't, So, but yeah, like just stick like little gold coin of chocolate, and then whoever gets the slice with the chocolate coin is lucky. That's cute, right? Since you have to put it upside down anyway, you could easily just stick something into the cake that is sanitized. So yeah, so what'd you guys think of this cake recipe? I'm actually going to put some more syrup on there and let it soak for about maybe a week or so. Yeah. Definitely let me know if you guys are gonna try this cake out, and just let me know what you're doing for St. Patrick's Day in general. I would love to know. I'll probably be home. The Cakeista comment of the day is going to go to, okay, this is a great question. Hibiscus Baby 1. On my latest vendor event video, she says, I enjoy setting up when I can, but I don't get to set up as much as I like thanks to my regular job. How do you convince others that you can't keep up with box store prices? I explain things are made fresh and not from frozen. That comment alone, like I could have a whole nother video on this topic, you guys, and I just might. If y'all just want to hear me sit and talk, I don't get that question. I don't get people coming up to me asking me, well, why are your prices so high? I used to. And the reason why I don't think I get that question anymore is because I am now serving a different demographic of people. The demographic of people that I am now serving see it and they expect the price. Whereas I used to, when I wasn't paying attention to like the areas I would go to, if you go to neighborhoods where they generally tend to be a little bit more expensive, people just expect it. They don't question it. Whereas if you go to neighborhoods or areas where things are a little bit lower priced, then they're gonna look at you like, what are you doing here? You're too much, you're expensive. And that's not to say that's everybody. When I did have to go through that, yeah, I would say, 1, made from scratch. 2, took me hours. 3, my own shopping and ingredients. 4, my expertise. I could go on, okay? Supplies, tools, gas, like it's everything. I think the culture overall has changed. I think today you see more home bakers now than ever. And I could be wrong. With social media, it's easy to see what other people are doing, and it's easier to promote yourself so you can see what the rest of the world is doing. And there are a lot of home bakers, so people just know what to expect at this point. But yeah, I can make a whole separate video on that. That was a wonderful question. Thank you so much for asking. It's hard to sum that up in 30 seconds, but if you would like to be featured in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below and be subscribed to the channel. Please enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. Be safe out there. Yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye, Cakeistas. I don't know what he's singing to. Oh yeah, yeah.